What's up, YouTubians? Mabster in the house, the Turtle Island King. All right. I went live early because y'all were already in the room. Oh, my dog just said, hell with this. I'm out of here. I want to see that championship belt too. I got to get those pictures to Dolly. How y'all doing today? I don't think they found the baby yet. This case is bizarre. All right. Um, what was I going to show you guys? Da-da-da-da. All right, hold on. Let me call something up here real quick. Hey, Angel Loader 7228. How's it going? Good to see you, sweetie. Hey, so I asked ChatGPT, give me the last 10 cases where a pregnant woman, has had her baby stolen out of her body and murdered. And the first one is Rebecca Park that we're talking about today, all right? December 2025. The next one is also Rebecca, all right? Weird, right? Two Rebeccas in a row, Pennsylvania. She was 23 and 6 months pregnant, was found murdered at her home. The killer was later convicted of homicide, including the death of their unborn child. What did I ask? I asked, give me the 10 most recent cases of pregnant women being killed for their babies. So ChatGPT sucks. I'm going to have to move to a different uh, AI thing because a lot of times it just won't answer me. I'll have to copy and paste it like 5 times. One time I was trying to ask it something and it was like giving me the suicide hotline and shit because I was asking about GHB, right? And they wouldn't answer the damn question. So the third one is Sandra Birchmore, homicide 2021, but indictment in 2025. A former police officer was indicted in late 2025 for causing the death of Birchmore and her unborn child, allegedly strangling her and then staging the scene to appear like a suicide. That's not the same either. Now, this one is Ashley Bush. I think I remember this one. Was killed by a woman who had lured her under false pretenses. The killer later admitted in court that the child that she had was Bush's. Oh my God, this one was sentenced to 2024 from 2022. At 8 months pregnant, Lise Dodd was decapitated. The homicide conviction included the unborn child's death. That's not what I asked. Anyway, whatever. Um, to hell with them. Let me share a screen with y'all and I'll try to wrap our heads around this freaking crazy ass uh, case. Uh, okay, um, this is blow up from guilty of crime. Jay's. She made this chart to show all the people involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people. All right. Ex-boyfriend Courtney Bartholomew, Rebecca's bio mom, was boyfriend with Richard Lee Fowler. Okay, they were together. Fowler is like 40 something. Then they break up, and Fowler decides to start dating Courtney's daughter, Rebecca. Rebecca K. Park and Richard Lee Fowler. All right, he's old enough to be her daddy, but I guess he's got all the math equations figured out. He's the math king over here on this in this deal. And then we got Bradley Allen Bartholomew, Courtney's husband, the bio mom's husband. Then we got the bio dad. Barely see it. Ray Strong, I think it is. And you got the foster mom, Stephanie Park, who raised her. She just had gotten in touch with her bio mom not too long ago. I wish she never would have looked up or found her bio mom. She'd still be alive. Kimberly Park is Rebecca's sister. And then we got Jennifer Ronk, Rebecca's street mom. The hell is a street mom? What the hell? A street mom. I guess I don't know what the hell that means, but and then you got Isaiah Ronk, Jennifer's husband. All right. All right. Let's get out of that. We'll keep that for further. All of them tied together, it looks like. Yeah. Bunch of math heads. Hey, Tiger the Tony, I sent you your hat yesterday. I just spaced on it for a while, but I finally got it out. How's it going, Tiger the Tony? Tony the Tiger? All right. So let's watch some other shit. The big question is, where's the baby? Search for Rebecca. Oh, this is. I didn't want to do that one. This is guilty of crime. Let's kick her. I'll get good at this one of these days. I got two screens, so I have to keep looking over here. Share screen. And I'm looking for watch press conference. Let's watch this press conference.
Maybe I have to hit the camera button. There we go. Hey, you guys are live right now.
Earlier today at approximately 2:16 p.m., a body was discovered in the Manistee National Forest not far from here. Currently, the Wexford County Sheriff's Office, the Michigan State Police, and the Michigan State Police Crime Lab are investigating that scene.
Okay, so guys like you and me found the body, all right? The body was found by, allegedly, I believe, a 20-year-old and his father. The 20-year-old saw the body and thought it might have been a mask. So he was freaked out, so he stopped another lady that was on the road, and she went up there and confirmed it was the body.
The young lady that was found resembles Rebecca Parks, a young lady that went missing on November 4th, and we are currently actively investigating that.
Good boy.
So if you have anything you want to say, or if there's any questions.
You said appears to look like her?
Yes, appears to resemble. It resembles Rebecca Parks.
So you're not saying for sure that it is Rebecca Park?
We cannot confirm until the autopsy is performed.
It's Rebecca.
What about the clothing she was wearing? Was that similar to the clothing she was described leaving? I know there was two.
You guys hear that shit?
We can't answer that.
Yeah, no comment on that.
But there, I'm sorry.
Funny,
I was
James.
just going to say the area that she was found in, this body
Kelly.
was found in, was it one of the areas that had already been searched by police or from that group?
It was not searched by that group. It was no formal search party in that area. Those citizens were searching it today, and they found the body.
All right. Citizens found the body, not LE. LE had already searched.
Well, that area had been searched just by people in general.
I mean, that's a good crime department when they're asking for the public's help, asking for four-wheelers, asking for drones. That's good LE.
You think?
Yes, I think so.
And there's been a lot of hunters out in the area.
That's correct.
Do you believe that this body?
I don't think I've ever asked anybody to hit the like button, and I'm not going to ask you to hit the like button right now either.
He may have been
Don't hit the like button.
placed there recently.
Penny Riddle.
I don't have any comment on that at this time.
This is a very active investigation. There's a lot of moving parts, and we will, sheriff will give updates as soon as it becomes available. But right now it's very active. So we have a lot of detectives and department members working on this.
Can I ask about the baby?
No comment on that right now until the autopsy is complete.
Um,
Do you know when the autopsy is supposed to be done? Is it scheduled?
It is not scheduled yet.
Yeah, medical examiner is currently on the scene, so we'll know more later on that as well.
any arrests yet?
Let's speed this guy up.
Again, it's early in the investigation.
Any other things that
You
you
know
can
how
tell
to do
us?
that.
Unfortunately, there's nothing more. We don't believe that the citizens at large are in danger by any
Not gonna
stretch of the
tell you.
imagination.
You're
It's a
right.
tragic time in our county, and hopefully this brings some closure to
Kind of
this awful incident.
James.
Was she visible? Like you could just see her wherever she was found?
I'm not going to comment on that as well either.
I'm not going to comment on anything.
Does it appear she's been deceased since the 3rd or 4th?
Not going to comment.
And those are details, again, that we can't comment on at this time, but
She's dead.
hoping in the future that we can comment on that.
No other comment.
But that's all the questions we're going to, unless anyone else has any questions, that's all we're going to
If anybody has
Thank
any
you
other
very much.
questions, we're not going to answer any of those either.
I don't know who belongs to what here. Okay.
So what do I do? All right. Kill that one. Here's Jay. Let's listen to this guy. Body of missing.
Authorities believe they found the body of a missing pregnant woman. Rebeca Park was last seen getting into a vehicle on November 3rd. Investigators say she received about 2,000.
So the story is her mother and her husband, her mother's husband, forced her into a vehicle, a dark vehicle. Is what the story is I'm getting.
$1,000 from a family inheritance on the day she went missing.
We don't know about the $2,000 inherited from a family member who passed away. Not sure about that, but that's part of the story.
A searcher says a father and son first spotted her body along a trail in the Manistee National Forest.
20-year-old did not want the dad to go up
Lady.
and asked if I could go up and see if it was a mask or if it was really somebody, and it was Rebecca.
It was a mask. So the kid, probably scared to death, didn't know whether it was a person or a mask. So this lady went up there.
Park's fiance, as well as her younger sister, were arrested shortly after the body was discovered, and charges still not known.
All right. These meth heads are crazy. Laughing Heart, 68, good to see you. Army Mom, 2020, good to see you, sweetie. Good to see you. All right. We got all these people. So I think the math king was Richard Lee Fowler. And he was busted for transporting and manufacture cooking with Fowler. Richard, so his dick, right? Cooking with Big Dick Fowler. Cooking with Big Dick Fowler. Cooking the math. All right. Let's listen to Brian Ent and see what he's got to say. Is Brian Ent gay? I think he is because I noticed a lisp to his voice.
You guys know a lot of the stories that I cover can be pretty disturbing, but this is just especially bad.
So him walking and talking kind of says gay to me. But I don't know. I'm cool with gay people. I got them in my family. In fact, my 80-something-year-old aunt is gay, is a lesbian.
Bad. The story out of Michigan.
None you damn.
There's a mother who has been
Hello.
arrested for cutting.
This chick is a math head. Can you tell? Look at this bitch, man. She looks like she's dead lady walking. Come on, look at this woman. She got shit on her face. Holy shit, that's the bio.
Cutting her granddaughter out of her daughter. Like
Rebecca is the only one who doesn't look like she's on meth. She's the only one out of this whole crew who doesn't look like she's freaking wired for sound.
Literally cutting the baby out and killing and torturing her daughter.
That boom, boom, boom is the dog underneath there scratching. 800-pound dog. Lucas, stop it.
It's beyond words. And there's other family members who have now been allegedly tied in and also arrested. And it's this whole twisted circle that is coming to light in Michigan related to this crime. This girl was missing, and now all of the details are coming out about what happened to her and what happened to her poor baby. I'm going to dig into all the latest in this episode of Brian Ensign Investigates.
Hey guys, so this story, like I said, is really a tough one. The details of what happened are really unimaginable.
Yeah, they all look like they're on meth except Rebecca, but who knows? From what I've seen, okay, let me just tell you, I've been around a lot of meth heads. I was into that for a couple of years, way back in the day, up in the mountains of Boulder Creek, California, where some of those people have never been off the mountain. Some of them have never even fucking worn shoes. Okay. That's how, when you're living way up in the mountain hollers, you talk about Tennessee, Boulder Creek, California, and Upper Zayante, it's all meth heads and bikers. Some of these places would trip you out. They got trees going right through the damn living room and shit. So I know what a meth head looks like. I know how they act. I know how the paranoia operates. And it affects different people in different ways. It never got me that paranoid or nothing. I didn't do a lot of it, but I've done it. And I used to go to sleep, go to work, and I could sleep on it. So it wasn't like I didn't do that much. So
22-year-old Rebeca Park.
I mainly did it to kill emotions because I was going through so much hell with my ex-wife.
Just viciously attacked, and her baby was cut out of her, and she was reportedly tortured. And the suspects are her biological mother and her biological mother's husband. Their names are 40-year-old Courtney Bartholomew, that's the biological mother, and 47-year-old Bradley Allen.
Look at this guy. Think he's got a chip on his shoulder? Holy shit. Come on, man. What the hell are you mad about, man? What did I do to you? Look, he wants to kick somebody's ass.
Bartholomew. Now, this happened northwest of Cadillac, Michigan, in the small town of Boone, Michigan.
Brian's a good-looking dude. I guess the bitches are missing out because I think he's got a boyfriend.
Rebecca's body was found just before Thanksgiving. She was reportedly 38 weeks pregnant. It all started when she was reported missing by family members. There was this massive search that went on for days for her. There were different police agencies involved. There were search dogs. There were air assets. Rebecca's body was found near a place called the Manistee National Forest, and it was actually volunteers who were out searching for her that discovered her. Again, there's so many disturbing parts of this, but her baby was not with her when they found her, according to law enforcement. The baby was cut out of her. Park was due to give birth on November 18th. Family says that she was already 1 centimeter dilated the day before she went missing. I watched the entire arraignment. Obviously the...
You got to stop it once in a while, otherwise I'll get my ass struck. Where you going, Tony? Better stick around, man. I'll come for you.
her mother and then her mother's husband were both.
Damn. These people are meth heads to the max. You know why she's pissed? Because she knows she ain't going to be able to do no meth for a few days.
Arraigned. It was emotional. You could hear family members.
Look at the tats on her fucking chest. The big ass skull on her arm. Come on, man. Who the fuck do you think you
crying and gasping in the courtroom. You could see some had their heads down in their laps. I mean, people were very, very disturbed. Prosecutors.
Chief, what's up, brother? Pop in and say hello. Thank you, Chief. It's good to see you, man.
Say the couple created a
always good to see Chief Rocka.
Planned that this was very much planned. They conducted research. The prosecutor said that they brought Rebeca Park to their home. They put her in a car. They drove her out. They took her in.
They did research, so they must have tried to research how to Google search how to off your daughter and take her baby step by step
into the woods, and then they stabbed her and they forced her to lie on the search. The prosecutor said that they.
Is that a video?
They brought Rebeca Park to their home. They put her in a car. They drove her out. They took her into the woods, and then they stabbed her and they forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out.
Okay, here's how fucking stupid meth heads are. They probably killed the mother and then started to try to take the baby out. But that's stupid because if you kill the mother, that kills the baby. As soon as the blood stops revolving around the fallopian tube, the baby dies. So you gotta take the baby while the mother is still alive, or like within a couple minutes. And I don't think if you kill somebody, you can take a baby out of a person in 2 minutes without killing the baby, because you got to know what you're doing. You got to have equipment. You got to have a scalpel. You got to have razor knives. You got to know what the hell you're doing. All right. So these meth heads probably killed her and then took the baby out, and the baby was already dead. I'm hoping the baby is still alive when we find it, because there was a rumor that they were bragging about having a baby that was in NICU somewhere. But that's just a rumor.
Out of her. Now, ultimately, they caused her death and they caused the death of the baby, according to police. It's as heinous and awful a case as there can be. That is what the prosecutor said. Those were the prosecutor's words. She called it premeditated torture.
Premeditated torture. Army mom, I think that's what the plan was to sell the baby, because you can get $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for a baby. If you're smart enough to find. Now they're not going to be smart enough to do that. If it was me, I would have found a buyer as soon as she got pregnant. I would have found it premeditated. So I would have found the buyer, organized with them, got a down payment. Then I would have taken that down payment and I would have got a nice apartment for her, had her move in with her idiot 46-year-old fiance. I would have moved them into my own apartment. I would have paid their rent. Then I would have locked the door, turned on some CO2 until they passed out. Then I would have tied him up, revived her, and then I would have taken the baby while she was alive. And then I would have gotten rid of her all on a big tarp, right? So you don't leave any DNA. And I would have wrapped that tarp up, put that big ass tarp in a big ass plastic bag. I would have put it in my dump truck. Then I would have hooked my chipper up. Then I would have drove somewhere onto a bridge in the middle of nowhere over water. And then I would have chipped her into the water. And then I would have pressure washed my chipper. Came back home. Undid the dude. Well, first I would have turned on the gas, passed him out again, cut his restraints, turned off the gas, let him wake up, and there's nobody there. He doesn't know what happened. Nothing. That's how you do it, okay? I haven't done anything like that. I don't plan on doing anything like that. All right.
And she said it was Courtney Bartholomew, the mother, who brought Rebecca into the woods.
You're right.
Her daughter was then tortured, and the prosecutor said it was evil personified.
Look.
Rebecca's body was found, but from all the recent reports that I've been looking over, the baby's body has not been found yet. So we don't know where they took the baby.
So I want to know, how do they think they know the charges causing a miscarriage? Part of the charges are causing a miscarriage or the death of the baby. They don't know if the baby's dead or not. There's no way for the ME to know that if the baby was dead or not, unless they got some magic that I'm not aware of. So let's see.
Who is apparently not alive. The public defender representing the boyfriend of the Bradley Allen Bartholomew said that he's represented him before. He's not concerned that he would be a flight risk. He was basically trying to get this guy bond, despite how serious this is. Said he's extremely low income. Obviously, though, bond was denied. The judge denied bond. For Courtney Bartholomew, the public defender said that she has a criminal history.
That shit scares me, man. Look at this bitch. You're hired, Army mom. I could get away with shit, all right? Because I'm a deep thinker. I'll go way down. I'll plan the whole damn thing out before I do a damn thing. And I wouldn't tell a soul. And I wouldn't brag about it. And the money would go into a PVC pipe with 2 caps on it under the ground where it couldn't be found by a metal detector. And then I would wait 5 or 10 years. Then I'd slowly put the money back in my bank account.
But nothing serious, nothing quite like this. Again, the public defender said that she had contact with her before, represented her family members in the past. It seems like this whole family's been in trouble before. And the public defender tried to play up her strong ties to the area, again, trying to get her a bond, saying that she has disabilities. But no surprise there. The judge said bond was denied. These are very, very serious charges, obviously. When the hearing ended and the judge decided no bond, you could see Courtney doing this very weird thing, waving her hands around.
What the hell is she doing? Don't take my meth away.
It's just strange. And I don't know if she was trying to get the judge's attention or what, but it was weird. In another twist, Rebecca Park's fiance, Richard Taylor, on saying that she has disabilities, but no surprise there. The judge said bond was denied. These are very, very serious charges, obviously.
Slow down for a second.
This is just strange.
Slow motion monster, okay? What am I?
And I don't know if she's trying to get the judge's attention or what. But it was weird.
He sounds.
In another twist, Rebecca Park's fiance, Richard Taylor, and her sister, Kimberly Park, were also both arrested. Kimberly Park, whose bail set at $750,000, was arraigned on charges of tampering with evidence, lying to a police officer.
Wait, hold on. This is the sister.
$750,000 was arraigned on charges of tampering with evidence, lying to a police officer, and waving her hands around. This was just strange. And I don't know if she was trying to get the judge's attention or what, but it was weird. In another twist, Rebecca Park's fiance, Richard Taylor, and her sister, Kimberly Park.
Richard Thaler, Big Dick Thaler, the mathematician, he's also got arrested. I don't think he's on. I don't think they let him out on bond, but the sister may have been out.
Were also both arrested. Kimberly Park, whose bail set at $750,000, was arraigned.
She's going to be the one that talks. That's my guess. Connie Branch, good to see you. This one right here, I can't even see my own damn pointing. I'm pointing at my other screen, but this bitch right here is the one that's going to talk.
On charges of tampering with evidence, lying to a police officer, and filing a false report. Thaler, whose bond is set.
Oh, talk about mathematician. Look at this dude. Yay, 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 yay. He's been up so long he can't even open his eyes. Look at this dude. Good afternoon today. I hope you're doing well. I went and got the stitches removed, and they would only remove a few. They said it was still not ready to remove them all. That was not too long ago, Connie. I'm surprised they removed any of your stitches. But we've been praying for you, Connie. That must be. I had a friend of mine up the street who went to the doctor like 3 or 4 times because he had this thing with his nose, right? And the doctor kept saying, it's just nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. Like 3 or 4 times he went to the doctor, said it was nothing. Finally, his wife, who worked at a hospital, who was the boss of all the nurses at the hospital, had him go to her hospital. They did a biopsy and discovered it was cancer, and had spread. They had to cut his whole nose off, and then he had to go through radiation with no nose. And I saw him. I went up and saw him, dude, with no nose, right? Just a hole. It was so freaking bizarre. And he's a total man of God. This is probably the dude that I would want to be most like. If I could be any better than I already am, I'm already pretty awesome, you know what I'm saying? But if I was going to be like any dude, it would be Ron Meseroff. He just retired. I used to work for him in a dirt business, running tractors and shit. This dude here, he's been up for at least 3 days. Look at them eyes.
That when Million was arraigned on 2 counts of delivering methamphetamine, detectives alleged sister lied to police when she claimed that their stepfather had struck Park in the head, causing a seizure, and then took her body away. So sort of another strange twist about how they may be involved, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Of course, the big question is what the motive could be for cutting Rebecca's baby out of her. Did they want to hurt the baby, or was it about taking the baby or selling the baby?
One theory is that Fowler didn't want the baby born for some reason, but that's just a rumor. Richard Fowler, the fiance of Rebecca Park.
According to MLive, friends say Rebecca Park was not in contact much with her biological mother. She was raised by an adopted mother. Investigators are not saying much about motive at this point. The charges against the mother and stepfather, they do provide some clues.
Why would she ever look up her bio mom? She was adopted out for a reason. She lost her daughter a long time ago for being a meth head, right?
Include first-degree premeditated murder, torture, and unlawful imprisonment, and assault with intent to cause miscarriage or stillbirth. And also there's a misdemeanor of removal of a dead body.
Assault with intent to cause miscarriage or stillbirth, that's a charge that's not going to stand because there's no way they can prove that you intended to kill the baby if you're taking the baby at all. Why take the baby if you're going to kill it? Why not just kill her and walk away? The baby's going to die anyway. So those charges he just mentioned are not going to stand.
They include first-degree premeditated murder, torture, and unlawful imprisonment, and assault with intent to cause.
I think the unlawful imprisonment, kidnapping, yes. Murder, yes. But intent for miscarriage or stillbirth, not going to stand.
Miscarriage or stillbirth. And also there's a misdemeanor of removal of a dead body. The local prosecutor is getting help from the Michigan Attorney General's office with the case. The AG released a statement of their own.
Removing of a dead body, does that mean taking the baby? They kept saying the lumps were nothing, and then I saw a new dermatologist, and he sent me straight to a new plastic surgeon and had me in surgery in less than a week. Yeah, Connie, you always got to get second opinions with these doctors because half of the time they don't know shit.
That says Rebecca had everything to live for, and our hearts are with her, with her loved ones as they endure this unthinkable loss. We are committed to working alongside the Wexford County Prosecuting Attorney's Office to ensure justice is pursued in this tragic case without delay.
So did you know that
I went snowboarding when I was a patent guy. I ran the company. I was like vice president, intellectual property for the whole company, my dad's company. And I had my brother, 2 brothers, and a sister that worked for us. And then I had 2 secretaries that worked for me. And we always used to do these snow trips in the wintertime. The company would pay for everything. We'd go up to Squaw Valley. We'd rent the place right on the ski lift. You could walk out your door and you're on the freaking mountain. I went up there and tried to get a few runs in before everybody got there. Did a few runs, and I hit an ice bar that like the water melts a little bit and it creates a bar of ice. And then it snows a little bit, so you can't see it. So I was cutting, carving, snowboarding, and I hit that thing, and wham! My feet went up like that, both at the same time. I didn't even fall down. I just kept going. And I did another run after that, and then I took my board off and walked out because people in my family was arriving. By the time they got out of their car, I couldn't fucking walk, and I had broken my ankle, the talus bone. But I went to the doctor at in up by Squaw Valley, and they said, "Oh, it's just sprained. Here's a bottle of freaking Percocet." They gave me like 90 Percocet. Never slept so well in my whole life, man. And then I got home and went to a specialist, and he said it was broken. Because they just couldn't see the break from their reading of the X-ray. They couldn't see the break, so whatever. Back to the story.
Your personal data is being harvested and sold online by data brokers. It goes on and what can happen with see what I found. All your personal data is removed and use promo. What do you think the motive could be here for the biological mother
Money.
to cut the
Money and meth
baby out of her daughter?
You know, you can kill somebody, you can torture them without doing that. So I don't think it's a crime of passion. I think it's a crime where they wanted something. What they could get for the baby, what they thought they could get, I don't know. But I don't think that there was a lot of sober thinking about this. I think.
I love that. Not a lot of sober thinking. That, like, my plan would have worked. Their plan would not have worked. This is way out there, James. You're right. Dumbasses.
That this is probably as much drug fueled as it was insanity fueled. And so what they were doing, they may not even have a great idea of it now. But I would say the only thing that comes to mind right off is selling the child.
So if she really got that $2,000 from her grandmother, whatever, who died, yeah, Rebecca's fiance was originally with the mom before he was with Rebecca. It's a twisted dynamic. Yeah, it's almost like incest, except they're not bio. If they were bio, it would be. So we're one little step away from being incestual. Way out there. Hey, Carrie Joe, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So thinking from a meth perspective, if I was a math head, right? Done it, been there, friend. I've been in that culture, and I know what goes on and how it goes on, and the whole thing, up from the highest dealer all the way down to the lowest user. In fact, I traded like a quarter gram of meth one time for a brand new Forerunner. Well, that's a story I'll tell you later. But they probably were after that $2,000 at first, and then as an afterthought, they thought, well, maybe we'll just kill it, take the baby, and try to sell it. I bet you they didn't even have a buyer for the baby. They just thought they were going to take it and maybe get money for it later. And who knows if the baby was successfully born or not. I hope their botched C-section worked and the baby's alive somewhere. Probably be in a hospital in a NICU somewhere. So that's where I'd be checking first.
Well, it seems like, based on watching the court hearings, a lot of these people involved have criminal histories. The one extended family member got arrested on meth, lots of meth charges and that kind of thing, selling meth. You think that in there they thought they could sell the baby, maybe? Like,
yeah, I actually do, because people who do meth habitually tend not to have great ideas, and so I think it is possible. I mean, you're kind of looking at around the back.
Can you guys see me in this view? I don't know if you guys can see me in this full screen view or not. I thought they said her was the mom's first cousin too. So that would be, yeah. Carrie Joe, what's up? It's way out there.
Side of the curtain.
Yeah, let me know. Okay, you can see me here.
you know, a backstage of life and seeing the worst of it right now. And what they were thinking when they get to this point, when you have people who are willing to do this, what must their mindset be? What must their logical thought process be?
I'm going to go grab my phone. Mrs. Mab's trying to get a hold of me. I'll be right back. I'm going to let this play.
If they are already to the point of being willing to cut out, if the charges are true, your daughter's baby to sell your grandchild. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah. And, you know, the accusations are it was the biological mother and then her husband who did this together and tortured her.
Right.
I'm just thinking, I mean, you know, for one person alone to be in such a crazy state to be able to do that. But when you have two people, you'd think one would be like, what the heck are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? The fact that they were both able to be involved, that's hard to wrap your mind around.
Yeah, it really is, Brian. And I can tell you that in the course of the FBI, seeing stuff like this, you just have to, at a certain point, come to the realization that sometimes evil is so real that you just have to accept that these things happen. You can, as somebody once told me, and I tried to tell my agents, is if you can understand this, there's something wrong with you.
Uh-oh, there's something wrong with Mab, because I can understand it. Hello, Justice Jane. Lovely to see you in the chat today. Let's see what Mrs. Mab wants to say. Hello. I'm on a live. She could watch me from her lunch in her office.
And so the fact that we can't understand it should be kind of an encouragement to us.
Could it be like some kind of cult? I'm just thinking, like, to do that to your own daughter and your own grandchild, it's almost like could it be a cult thing? Or, you know, I mean, or you think it's just the drugs?
I think it's just the drugs, because if you're in a cult, you have some sort of discipline usually.
Yeah, cults typically don't have drugs in them.
Cults require you to study, to follow, to devote yourself to something, however bent it is, and they don't seem to have had the wherewithal to do anything but take drugs. So I would, if I had to put this in a universe right now, the universe would be one in which their entire life was their next hit. Nothing else mattered. They had gotten to that point.
Now, it depends if there are snorters or smokers or jammers. You know what I mean? You could put it in your vein, you could put it in your nose, or you could put it in your lungs. The nose is the lesser person that's, you know, snorting it is your lower version of psycho. Smoking it is your second level of psycho, and mainlining it is your way out psycho shit. So we don't know what method they were using to ingest the stuff, but I'm guessing it was probably smoking and snorting.
So how do we ensure that the hits keep on coming? And that is to have more money. And they may have come to a point where they were destitute, broke, or owed people money who might have hurt them very badly for this. So
now, owing people money, I always say people always say, you know, they got killed because they owed a big drug debt. You don't get killed for a drug debt unless you're a drug dealer and you got fronted something big. Hey, jet lag, what's up? So you don't, as a person who knows, you don't front somebody more than you can lose. You don't front somebody anything that you're more than happy to lose, because if that person gets busted as soon as they leave your house, they ain't paying you back because that shit's gone, right? So dealers do not front. Now, there are people who will try to front you. There's different motives for fronting. One motive is get you hooked, you know, so you keep coming back and buying it. Then you have to deal it to make enough money so that you can you can use for free. So if you're selling it on a low end scale, you sell quarter grams, whatever, half grams, whatever, you're in that level. You're buying 8 balls and then you're breaking it up into half gram or grams. That's your low level dealer who wants to stay high for free. So he buys an 8 ball, sells half of it, buys another 8 ball, and then he can do half an 8 ball for free. So that's your low level dealer. And you could get a dealer to front an 8 ball, and then you pay them back, and then they used to buy bricks from a cop. Bricks of what? Um, Buying bricks from a cop, unless he's a bad cop. Hopefully, he was a bad cop, jet lag, unless you were in jail. But I had the Mexican mafia tried to get me to work for them. Coke. I used to get some bricks too. That shit. I got pulled over one time with a quarter-pound in my pants, and I was on a motorcycle. There was a huge party at my house, and I was like the renter of the house. And then I rented out rooms to people that I knew, so they all paid me rent, and I lived for free. And then I'd throw these big parties, and then I was like the guy who supplied all the shit, right? So I'd make a lot of money and live for free. But I got pulled over on my motorcycle. It was Halloween. I got pulled over right in front of my house. I was almost home, so I pulled into the church, which is right across the street from my house. Everybody at the house was looking out. They're like, "Oh shit, Mab's going to jail," because they knew what I was going to get. And I have this ability to just like change into a really calm. It's psychology. Back in the '80s, yeah, I get it, jet lag. Um, I just, every time I get pulled over, I just act normal. I can do it. It's I don't know how other people are, but I can do it. I can just change into a calm person. So I was just bullshitting with the guy. I didn't even get a ticket. I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry man, I was just coming home. I live right there." Da 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 da. And then after the traffic stop, I kept talking to the cop. I'm like, "So what's it like on Halloween? I mean, do you get a lot of weird shit happen on Halloween? You'd think I'd want to get out of there, but I was so into the acting role that I just bullshitted with the cop for like 10 or 15 minutes after he pulled me over with the QP in my pants. And then he split. I walked over, and the whole freaking party was like, "Yeah." And of course, we got high.
So I think you have.
Oh, I was talking about the fronting. Yeah, there's not a lot of situations where a dealer is going to front you enough to where they will kill you if you don't pay them back, unless you're a cartel type person. Now, I've had cartel people try to get me to work for them by fronting me more than I could pay for, right? This dude shows up. I deal. Let me tell you this story. I'm dealing with my friend Ed. I've known him forever, right? And we have the best time, and we're best buddies. And we're partiers, we're hard partying. We all have Baja bugs, so we go out four-wheeling, not four-wheeling, but with our Baja bugs. And he introduces me to this guy Pablo. Pablo was from the Mexican mafia. He was a cartel guy. And he came over to my house one time with a freaking trash can full of this shitty ass brown weed, trying to front it to me. I saw right through the whole thing. I'm like, "You're out of your fucking mind, man. I'm not taking that shit. Number one, it's garbage. And number two, I ain't never going to take nothing I can't pay for. So you're not getting me to work for you like you did my buddy. So go pound sand, cartel member."
Have I think you have people who have just reached the end of their civilized.
6 years old. My mom had me do a weed deal at 6 years old because I wouldn't go to jail. Because hey, Wild Wonder, good to see you. Your mom had you do a weed deal at 6 years old because she didn't want to go to jail, or she said you would go to jail if you didn't do it. Let me know. That's crazy.
Existence.
Who buys a baby like in a situation like this?
I mean, I have worked cases where children are sold. I have never worked a case where babies are sold. And that they thought that they could sell a baby is possibly more indicative of their delusions or the delusions of somebody who said they would buy it.
Selling a baby is probably not that hard. If you know what you're doing, I could do it easily. But I'm pretty smart, so just saying.
I can't even imagine who would buy and how they could think they could sell.
I just want to go over some of the charges again, because we still don't know motive, but maybe the charges give a little.
Sounds like Brian Enton's sick.
Little clue of what was going on, what prosecutors know. First degree premeditated murder is one, so I guess that would mean that this was planned out.
Yes, absolutely. That they had all agreed on this.
And then torture, the charge of torture. What does that say to you?
That torture would be gratuitous harm and pain to a person that is not
gratuitous harm. Isn't a gratuity like a positive thing?
What does that say to you?
That torture would be gratuitous harm and pain.
Gratuitous harm and pain. Has anybody heard that in their fucking life? I haven't. This dude's an FBI guy. Gratuitous harm. A gratuity is like a tip. I thought that was a positive thing.
Pain to a person that is not part of the killing of the person, as gross as that sounds. That would be something used to motivate the person to comply with your.
I get it. Gratuitous harm, so coaxing.
Comply with your orders, or in the case of really, really mentally bent people, it comes as some kind of sexual enjoyment.
And then there's a charge of unlawful imprisonment. Does that mean that she was alive for a while and they were? Yep. I mean, what does that mean?
Yeah, according to the charges that I read, they forced her into a car, and at that point, that's unlawful imprisonment. She doesn't want to be in that car. She doesn't want to be with you. She wants to leave. Therefore, you have unlawful imprisonment. Basically, another word for kidnapping.
And then there's assault with intent to cause miscarriage or stillbirth.
I don't see how they're going to be able to prove that one unless they have texts that show that intention. Because if you're cutting the baby out, you're trying to get it out alive. Or why would you even do it? Unless you're just so fucking mad at the person that you want to kill them and torture them and take the baby out. But why would you take the baby and then take the baby? Why would you cut the baby out and then take it? Makes no damn sense. So those charges are not going to fly, in my opinion.
So does that mean that they wanted to kill the baby?
I think they are throwing that in.
Yeah.
Just to get a large raft of charges against the person. It would indicate that they believed right away, that the police believed right away that the intent was to kill the child. And if that is the case, my mind boggles as to what was going on. But
organ harvesting, jet lag for sure. You can get big money for, especially baby spinal, baby, what the hell they call it? Not DNA, but what do they call that? Shit, it's on the tip of my tongue. What do they call when they like take your fluid, run it through a freaking thing, and then re-inject it back into you? I'll think of it.
So that would be, thrown in there. You're going to throw in.
Yeah, organ harvesting. So, kidneys, liver, lungs are all going to have a $10,000 prize. So the baby's worth 30 to 50,000, dead or alive, if you know the buyers.
Everything, because some charges can be bargained away, some charges will be thrown out. So you don't want to leave yourself with too few charges.
And I guess they may not know what the motive was of them doing this. I mean, maybe they put that charge in, but they may not know whether they intended to keep the baby alive or not.
Correct.
No, that's absolutely true. But I do think they know a lot more than they're letting on.
And then there was another charge. This one was a misdemeanor, removal of a dead body. So, and from what I understand, they still haven't found the baby.
No, they haven't, and that would be the removal of the dead body, which indicates that they believe that they can prove at the time that the baby was dead when they left with the child.
So how do you know that? How are they going to prove that? I'm trying to think of how they would prove that.
And so that indicates to me that one of these 4 people who've been arrested is trying to save their own butt.
And from what I understand, they still haven't found the baby.
No, they haven't, and that would be the removal of the dead body, which indicates that they believe that they can prove at the time that the baby was dead when they left with the child. And so that indicates to me that one of these 4 people who've been arrested is trying to save their own butt and are cooperating. There's too much specific information in what I've seen going to the judge than you would pick up simply from circumstantial evidence or the crime scene alone.
So my call, Mab Serafina, okay, the psychic, my call is that the sister is going to be the snitch. The sister is going to turn state's evidence, or whatever the hell you call it, and snitch on everybody else and get a light sentence or no sentence.
So you think one of them may be turning on the other?
Yeah, I believe that. I don't think the grandfather, or I'm sorry, I don't think the stepfather or the mother are rolling, but I do think one of the other 2, the sister and the fiance, one of them has rolled. Is my belief.
Yeah, the sister Kimberly Park arraigned on charges of tampering with evidence, lying to a police officer, and filing a false report.
Right.
So it sounds like she maybe initially was trying to throw the police off of what really happened.
Yes, and then the police take that statement and they make it an official document, and then you have committed the crime of filing a false police report. If I were to guess, I would say that they explained to her very carefully what her future looked like, and she made a decision. We always told them, one of you 4 is going to get the magic ticket, and if not walk out, at least have a sentence where you're going to see blue sky again.
Exactly. Stem cell harvesting. And the fetal stem cells are the best. All right. So if you know what you're doing and you have it set up, you can take that baby and get stem cells from it. But that's really not a reality situation. But I was just thinking of what the stem cells of a fetus are way more valuable than regular stem cells because they're stronger and they are more potent and they do more, they work better. I was going to say something else and I forgot. Old man moment.
And before you die, the rest of you are not. And so the first one who makes the deal wins. Everybody else loses. And so that's.
Oh, you know how I know? Okay, normally, like you know how I know who the dealer is? Well, we know that the guy got busted for math, manufacturing, and distribution of it. So this is how I know that he's the dealer is because number 1, that, but number 2, dating the mother while she has a daughter growing up, and then waiting until that daughter, I don't know how long they've been together, but waiting until that daughter gets of an age, and then kicking the mom to the curb and hooking up with the daughter. The mother would not ever agree to that unless she got something in return, which was the product, right? That's how I know, that would not happen normally. It's just not going to fly normally unless he's paying her off somehow.
That's very frequently a strong motivator for somebody, especially one who might not have been completely okay with the entire scenario to begin with.
Yeah, you can't imagine. I mean, who knows? But you can't imagine that these outsiders, that the sister, I mean, again, I don't know, but that the sister and her husband would, I mean, would all four of them be okay with doing something that,
Yeah. And I'm sure, I don't think the dealer knew what was going on, because he would have probably put a stop to any of that shit.
you know?
Yeah. I just have no idea how messed up it could be. I mean, we've already seen that there are two people messed up enough to do it. And it was possible that there were four where two.
Hello? Hello? Hey, I'll call you back.
Hey, what's happening? Okay.
You're live on the internet right now.
Woo!
This is my sister, Sister Mab. This is Sister Mab. Just don't say my name. That's cool. I can actually talk to people on the internet while I'm doing a live.
Nice. Okay, yeah, call me back. I just want to talk about Dad.
Yeah, he was in the hospital.
Yeah. So
All
we'll
right.
talk about that later. All right.
I'll call you back after this live.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Got a call from Sister Mab. Live on the air.
Two were messed up enough to do it, and two were messed up enough to allow it to be done.
And then I said husband, but it's actually her fiance. The biological sister's fiance was also arrested, but he was arrested on delivering meth with a $1 million bond, which is even higher.
The biological sister's fiance.
Higher than her bond.
No. I'm confused. We need to go back to that fucking.
Yeah.
What do you think is going on there?
Hold on a second. Biological sisters, husband. There's so many people involved in this shit. So we got the husband, Bradley, and Courtney in jail. Those are the two who did the deed. Then we got the bio dad and the foster mom. Foster mom's not really involved in any of this. She's just the foster mom. The bio dad is not together with the bio mom, but he's the bio dad. He looks a little shady. Anyway, let's continue. I gotta find where I was at.
Well, anybody who might be involved, anybody who might have evidence, anybody who might be able to destroy evidence, they're going to want them wrapped up and in a place where they can find them. They want them babysat until they can completely investigate the rest of this case. So they're going to take anybody like that and use whatever charges they have to keep them on ice. And so what you've got with the fiance is it was just a handmade thing to keep him under and keep him in. And the reason he gets $1 million bail is you go to the judge and say he has provided information that we believe is either false or could be valuable to us.
Yeah, normally you're not going to get a $1 million bond for a couple of meth charges. Don't make no sense.
In a case of this murder where somebody had their baby cut out of their body, judges are very good about saying, I think $1 million bail sounds good.
This case was in California. They'd all be out on bond.
They look at the bigger perspective, sort of.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And,
have you, I mean, this is obviously just an unusually terrible case, but have you ever had anything like this? I mean, if in your career, does anything come to mind?
I've had some pretty horrible cases, but I've not had one. I mean, I had one where a woman had, where family members made her watch as they killed her 9-month-old baby, and then killed her. So yeah, I've had some pretty disgusting cases, obscene cases, but I've not had one just like this.
I remember one not too long ago. Do you guys remember the woman, Sister Mab? Yeah. Do you guys remember the woman who met somebody on Facebook who acted like she was pregnant and ended up attacking? Oh, I've heard of two of these now. Two of them I know of that happened. One happened not too long ago. It was a girl who was pregnant. The neighbor upstairs was faking to be pregnant, faking her pregnancy, and had her husband convinced that she was pregnant, and then invited the downstairs neighbor who was pregnant and about ready to have a baby, invited her upstairs for like some bullshit, attacked her, got her in the put her in the bathtub, took the baby out, stuffed the body into some kind of a piece of furniture that you couldn't really tell, like, I don't know, it folded out, some piece of furniture that you couldn't really tell. So the cops went up there looking for this woman who was missing. Hey, Matt, what's up? Hey, Tina, good to see you. So the cops went up there looking for this woman who was missing, who was pregnant, and they searched the whole place and they couldn't find the baby, they couldn't find the baby was there, but like a blanket was over the baby, and the murdered woman was like stuffed in this piece of furniture. And the cops walked around, searched the place, came out and said, "There's nobody here." They never searched good enough. And then when they went back, finally, the dad comes home, or the husband comes home, and it's like, "What the hell did you do?" You know, and she's got this baby, and she's like, but the husband ended up helping get rid of the body. So they both got busted for that. But yeah, this is like their upstairs neighbor did it. Creepy it is.
That must be hard with this case, even, and with the one you talked about too, for law enforcement. I mean, to be dealing with it.
It kind of leaves a mark. I mean, that case I just told you about was 40 years ago, and I can still remember the victim's name and the baby's name, and it just doesn't go away. It's just you learn to live with what you see and what you hear, and decide that you're not gonna let that destroy your life the way it destroyed theirs.
And you mentioned what you see. It was volunteer. There was like this whole volunteer search in this case, and it was the volunteers I read that actually found the mom.
Yeah.
And I was just envisioning like what that must have looked like. I mean, I can't imagine what that must have looked like considering what they did to her, you know?
I would not have wanted to have seen that. And that's, you know, and you have to pity the poor police officers who are investigating this now, because not only are they going to see the crime scene, they're going to see everything. They're going to have to attend and witness the autopsies. They're going to have to do all of this. And at the end of this, they don't get a day off. They just move.
I know, man. These cops go through hell. I've seen cops like puking on the side of the house, you know, when they go up and find a murder scene. Sherry Lawrence. Good to see you, Sherry. I love new people stopping by.
Move on to the next case, you know, and sometimes a case like this is something where you need to give them some time and some help to process it.
You mentioned earlier you think that they know more than they're letting on, the police. Why is that?
Well, I mean, when they say that, when they charge moving a dead body, and the body that's there was not moved, and then
when they charge that the baby's dead, and moving a dead body is not moving the mother, but moving the baby, the deceased baby, is what they're saying. Imagine those poor searchers that found her like that. Yeah, it was a 20-year-old kid who saw her and then like saw her face and then ran down the hill and told his dad. He didn't want his dad going up there and seeing it. but he needed somebody to like verify. So he found this woman in like a raincoat, a yellow rain jacket. She went up there and she said, "Yeah, that's her."
The baby is missing. The assumption.
And this is after 10, 12 days, so you know there's some decomposition going on. It's pretty nasty. I've come across dead things. I've seen dead bodies, but I've never seen a rotten dead body. But I know what that smell is, and I've smelled that smell. Can't you smell that smell? Smell that surrounds you. Leonard Skinner.
Assumption there is that they
You have twins. Good to see you.
Knew that the baby was dead when they left. Well, if you don't have the baby's body, how do you have that information?
Right.
They also say that she was stabbed and then forced to the ground so they could do this horrible thing. The deal is, if you just want to tell the judge they took her to the woods and did this, the judge isn't going to ask you, "Oh, really? What happened first? How did they?" No. What they did is give information that would indicate to a law enforcement officer and maybe a judge that you have either firsthand witness or secondhand witness testimony about what happened.
Secondhand witness testimony is going to be the daughter or the sister.
And I can't see that the stepfather would be talking to anybody, but the mom might talk to her daughter, and the daughter might know what happened, because the fact that they say she was stabbed and then forced to sit down or lay down, that to me indicates that somebody described the process and the timeline of the actual attack. And to me, that means somebody's cooperating, and might have been a kind of a nod to the judge saying, "Hey, we know more than we're telling you."
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think that the sister and her fiance could actually be like co-conspirators in this?
Yeah, they could be co-conspirators before the fact or after the fact. They could be co-conspirators they could be accomplices, I'm sorry, before or after the fact. They could have been co-conspirators and been part of this whole thing because they were all in the meth business and the meth use business together. So that's a distinct possibility, but it's also a distinct possibility that they became accessories after the fact, meaning that they found out information about the crime, learned what had actually happened, and not only didn't tell the police, but gave them false information to send.
That makes sense. Brutal. Cool. Great to see you have twins. Yeah, I'm going to start going live more often. I got to do it daily. I got to get my life figured out to where I can work out, go live, and then still have time enough to do my Mad Lab shit out there. I got a truck to restore. Yes, I think they planned on selling the baby. Do I think they had a buyer? Probably not. Do I think they were initially after the $2,000 that she supposedly inherited? Yes. Because that could buy you. See, when you're a meth head like that, you think like this: I'm going to get that $2,000, then I'm going to buy X amount of product, and then I'm going to sell it, and that's going to give me X amount of money, and then I'm going to double down, sell that, and then I'm going to have this amount of money. Pretty soon I'm going to be rich. So that $2,000 to them is their way out of this shitty situation that they're in, right? They always want, they're always dreaming of, they're always dreaming of themselves, you know, later on, you know, they're always dreaming of grandeur, better life, you know, and that kind of thing. So they're delusional. So part of their delusion is, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to be, you know, off drugs and have my shit together and get married and have kids. And to do it, I'm going to get this $2,000 and kill this woman. They would have got high on the supply. Yeah, they get high on the supply. Yeah.
Send them off in
Number one rule of dealing is you don't do your own product.
a different direction. So one of the two, I believe, is true, or they wouldn't be in jail.
And just one other thing I thought of with the torture charge. I mean, there's a lot of stories that I've covered where people are killed and it seems like they're almost like tortured a little bit or put, mentally tortured before it actually happens. And you don't actually see a torture charge. Is it unusual that they're charging torture?
It's unusual when they charge torture because it's so hard to prove. Because torture, you have to prove not only that they did a very specific act, and you have to prove their motive for doing it. If, for instance, you just the act of taking a baby out of a pregnant woman, you could possibly call that torture. But if you were trying to sell the baby, it would actually be part of your horrible, disgusting, obscene plan, but not necessarily meant to cause pain to the person. Torture, you could say, well, it can't be avoided. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, torture is like putting cigarette butts out in the lady's eye or something like that. Torture is, putting shit on your fingernails, cutting, there's some torture that I won't describe.
Torture is an intent to create pain and anguish on the person. And so it could have been that if this person was not complying, if the victim was not complying, that they were using the knife to motivate her.
That's it for Anton. So, Rebecca Park. Wow, I'm big. How do I get out of this? Let's see. Share the screen again. What do you guys think about this case? So here we go. The tangled web. My, what a tangled web we weave. You could say it guilty of crime. I stowed it from them. I stowed it from Jay. Sorry, Jay, I stowed your picture. She'll be okay with it. We're buddies. So we got Bradley Allen Bartholomew, Courtney's husband. Courtney Bartholomew, Rebecca's bio mother, who she just started having a relationship, I think. It's her foster mom, so she was probably with her foster mom until she was 18 or 19, right? She's 22 now. So, bio dad, they split up, and now she's married to this guy. But her ex-boyfriend is banging her daughter after she was with her, right? So Courtney and Richard were a couple. Big Dick. And Big Dick dumped Courtney and started going for Rebecca. And then Big Dick started cooking the math. Cooking with Big Dickie. Cooking with Big Dickie. All right? Some other baby. What's this? Two babies down there. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Rebecca Failer. Rebecca K. Park. What did it say Failer there for? They're not married. Rebecca K. Park. And it says Failer in parentheses. Oh, maybe it says parentheses because baby daddy, fiance. Best friend is Paige Nolf. And her best friend's mother is her street mother, whoever that is, Jennifer Ronk. And her husband is Isaiah Ronk. All right. And then we got the sister, Kimberly Park, who I believe is going to be the snitch with this whole thing. What else do we got here? Let me show you where this is all happening at here. What a small town this is. Boone. This is Boone, Michigan. Look how small that place is. 1, 2, 3, 4 streets in Boone, Michigan. Okay. 4 streets and then 2 going the other way. So 1, 2, 3. There's 6 blocks in the whole damn town. That is small. All right. They're really small. Boone Baptist Church, Boone Fire Department. Is there a satellite deal on here? Maximize it gets smaller. I'd like to see a satellite view of this guy. Let's kick this for now, and then we will go to Google Earth. And then put in Boone, Michigan. Come on, man. All right. Okay, add extension. Damn it. All right. Now take me back to where the fuck I was. Change back to Google search, keep it. Apparently Google Earth doesn't want to. Hold on. Here it is. Let me share the screen. It's a lot of clicks to this shit here. Boone, Michigan is right there. There's the lake. Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie. Look at these big ass lakes, man. They're like oceans. I used to live. See my cursor right here? I used to live right there. I was born there until I was 15. I moved to California when I was 15 years old. Boone, Michigan is down here somewhere by Traverse City. It doesn't say now. I'm going to have to search it again. There it is. Wow. There it is, 6 blocks. Make it bigger for you guys. Yeah, fuck that. Get out of my face. Boone, Michigan. Wonder where they lived. Got a little cul-de-sac there. This looks like a meth place right here. All the vehicles. Cul-de-sac out in the boondocks of Boone. When you live in Boone in the boondocks, you know you're out in meth territory. Big old fields, farmers. I mean, there's nothing there. Boone, Michigan. It's like, okay, so this must be the National Forest over here. What do they call it? Manatee National Forest or some shit? I don't know what the spelling is. I probably won't be able to find it, but there's Boone for you right there. I wonder if we can see the street view. Street view. Let's go right here. Somebody got a tractor right there. There's Myrtle Street right there. There it is. The hood's up. You know they're methed out if the hood's up. They're taking apart the engine on that Cougar, 69 Cougar. That's worth a lot of money. It's a nice car. This is a roached out Toyota or something. We got another car up here with the hood open. Two more cars back here. Got some kind of Yankee Doodle Dandy shack here. Shack's over here. Come on, man. There it is, the Crankster neighborhood. All right, how do I go other places? Let me zoom out. Google Earth is awesome. It's like I'm there. You can almost hear people snorting their shit from here. So they have to live in one of these places, right? There's only fucking 6 blocks on the whole place. Now these are nice places. Look at that. Nice lawns all mowed and shit. Nice cars in the driveway. I think the first place we were at was it. Here we got a fire truck parked out in the middle of the field. Old fire truck. There's a church. We'll go down and find which place is the crank spot. All right, let's go this way. Go that way. I'm going to go over there. Come on, man. Let me go that way, you dumb shits. It's like you can't go that way. It doesn't let me go down that road. Go down the other road then. To hell with them. Okay, here's another possible Yankee Doodle Dandy house. You got your hood up. The hood up. What up with the hood up? Come on, man. Yeah, there's a special place in hell of all of them. They would have had high in their supply. Yeah, totally. Let's go down here. So that could have been a little crankshoe place right there, but not that bad. Not bad. Nice places. That's a nice house right there. Boone's a nice little area. Uh-oh, trailer. Now we're on, I don't know what street, but we're going to take a left. All right, here we go. Nice house. As we're driving along Boone, Michigan. That's a big ass, that's a church, I think. Just follow this car. That could be a possibility. That place looks run down. It's not mowed. There's shit everywhere. I don't see any hoods up, but let's take another look at this place. Could be it. That could be. That's a candidate right there. So we've got two candidates so far. Here's the other side. A little bit of Yankee Doodle Dandy going on there. That looks like the church. Yeah. Nice. Nice church. Got an intersection here. No, there's the fire truck again. We went straight on the fire truck last time, so let's go back down here to the Yankee Doodle Dandy place that I think looks like the best bet. This place here. It's a water tower right there. Where's the house? That's a property line right there. So there's the house. Looks like there's a barn back there. Yeah, this place here looks a little sketchy. Barn up there. We've been pretty much all over Boone now. This is the big old barn right there. Nice places. So I see a couple spots that are iffy. That looks like a clean street. What's this little? There we go. Kind of a nice little town. A couple shady places. Railroad. Well, there's Boone for you. How do you get back to regular? There it is. You know, that's the place. What's this place? This is where I want to go. That is the place I found. Okay. So this area right here looks shady. And there's another one. There's another one somewhere. This one. Right here. Let's go down here. Yeah. Dump. 775 dump. It's a dump. Where's all those hidden cars at? Way back in there. Anyway, there's your Boone, Michigan. All right. There is a special place in hell for these people. I agree with that for sure. That we already showed you that. Oh, don't need that anymore. So yeah, the 5. We don't need that. This is guilty of crime. Just listen to the first. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. So she's had 2 kids. That I. All right. So Rebecca has had 2 children before, born in 2022 and 2023, both taken by the state due to drugs, allegedly. So I was saying she was the only one that didn't look methed out, or she's young enough not to have accumulated that look. But you guys can't see what I'm looking at. But 2 babies, here. Manistee National Park. So she's had two kids before, 2022 and 2023, both taken by the state for drugs. So the whole damn group of them are druggies. And we got one guy up here that's the dealer. He makes money from all these other dumbasses. Crazy. Anyway, okay, that's that case. Right now, we don't know if the baby is. We don't know the situation with the baby. That's the next thing we need to find out. What happened to the baby? Now we're going to switch gears. Where is the baby, Emmanuel Haro? They took down the vigil thingy, the memorial site at the end of the road there where Dolly was at. They took all that down, and we have the owner of the property on audio. And I will share that screen with you right now. Oh, I'm not going to invite guests. I'm inviting. I'm sharing screen. Exclusive. All right, here we go. What happened to the Haro baby?
Family, specifically Jake Haro's stepdad. I don't think he's too concerned about finding baby Manuel. He's more concerned about renting that property, and this is why they're trying to hurry up and get rid of this, Emmanuel Haro Memorial and all the, balloons and stuffed animals and things that people have brought together. I recorded this earlier. There is an issue with the recording this audio because of the setup. So you're going to hear some repeated parts, but ultimately you guys are going to gather.
This is Down the Rabbit Hole News, who is playing a video from a TikToker that recorded Scott, who is the owner of that property, which is Jake Haro's stepdad. And that's who we're going to be listening to.
Exactly just how disgusting this situation is and how people are just willing to dispose of a baby. I have to give you guys the biggest trigger warning because this recording is going to upset a lot of people that.
What's with people and babies? Why don't they just... There's a lot of shit going on with babies. They're after our kids. The enemy is after our kids.
Have been following the Jake Haro case. Emmanuel Haro, Rebeca Haro. If you guys remember.
You guys still there? I only see one comment from the last 10 minutes. Throw down a comment. Let me know you're still there.
Jake Haro and Rebecca were living in this house, right? And what we know is that the house actually belongs to Scott. Scott Consentino is Jake Haro's.
Scott who?
No, is that the house actually belongs to Scott. Scott Consentino is Jake Haro's stepdad. It looks like they're cleaning up in that area.
Where's the baby? Where is baby Emmanuel? We need the Tita. We need on the tira down here.
People came and they paid their respect.
Hey, Joanne, good to see you. Glad you dropped a comment or a chat. I'd like to see the chat going. Let me know you guys are still here. I got 21 of you. That's a lot for me.
Put candles.
That's not when I'm doing the Mab Lab. I got like 4 people.
Teddy bears, balloons, all kinds of things in memory for baby Emmanuel. So some of the TikTokers were out there and they had a conversation with Scott, Jake Haro's stepdad. And I want to give credit to Carla. Her TikTok is Carla Elias 33.
I'll translate that for her. That means Carla. Hey, Brittany one, good to see you. Thank you for chatting. I like to chat. I like to see what you guys are thinking and saying. Chat it up, man.
I'm going to make sure that I link her account in the description box so you guys can give her a follow, go support and everything. But
yeah, support them and support Down the Rabbit Hole News since I'm using her content.
She was able to capture a conversation that she had with the stepdad. And I'm giving y'all the biggest trigger warning because it's just so sad and it's going to upset a lot of people.
How would he know that he was going to give it to you?
That's true.
How would he know? The guy came to talk to you, what?
Like 10 minutes ago.
10, 15 minutes ago, and he shows up.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him.
Yelling at him. He's yelling at him.
He's pissed.
So I guess the deal is that they're having trouble getting renters in there, right? In the Haro home because people come to see the memorial, add stuff to it, and that. And it's causing issues for the property owner.
He's coming. He's coming here?
Scott Constantino. Scott Constantino owns the property where the Rebecca and Jake Haro lived.
Yeah, he's coming.
Emmanuel.
Don't put the window on. Scott is Jake's stepdad.
Don't record it. Record it.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. Record it.
Oh, do you want to tell him to come on this side?
Here he is.
Oh,
you can go on the other side. You can go on the other side.
Sorry, it's because I'm the one that's been working on the memorial and with the other ladies.
You're violating my privacy. All that.
Violating my privacy with all that shit. Angel, good to see you. I'm glad you're still here.
Good shit. All month.
What's not violating?
No, because
it's not violating. You can go on the other side.
Sorry, it's because I'm the one that's been working on the memorial and with the other ladies.
You're violating my privacy. All that good shit. All month.
What's not violating?
No, because
it's not violating privacy.
Yeah.
We're recording this side, the memorial.
I want you guys to stand in front of my property and scared off all kinds. My first tenants are gone now.
Oh no.
The first tenants are gone now, is what he's trying to say.
It was. I don't think it was me. There was a bunch of people
Other
coming,
people.
but
all the people that did this.
Yeah, but this is not the memorial. We never had an argument with anybody here. Us as a group of ladies that come and.
So the memorial is not on anybody's. It's on the. It's in an easement. I think it's just the end of the road, right? So you come to the fence, and it's the end of the road. So.
Have a voice for the baby. We have that we're seeking justice.
And this is Donna Clark. As I give all praise and credit for this video to Donna Clark because she sent it to me last night.
You can have a voice for baby. All the way, it's the right thing to do. But sitting in front of people's property, man, you scare my tenants. I'm about to lose another.
What do you say?
Have a voice for the baby. We have we're seeking justice.
You can have a voice for baby. All the way, it's the right thing to do.
Voice for the baby is the right thing to do, but
sitting in front of people's property, man, you scare my tenants. I'm about to lose another tenant because they don't.
About to lose another tenant. So I don't like people sitting around that memorial.
I don't like people sitting out here. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that there's a community
you
that
gotta understand.
that there's a community
You gotta understand
that there's a murderer that lives there.
No,
That's what scares
no,
tendons.
You know what? It was an
That there's a
no, he didn't
murderer.
murder nobody.
Yes.
He didn't murder nobody. This is going to get interesting. I can see where the guy's coming from. If I own that property, at dead end road, and the prior tenants were murderers, and then a murder took place in that house, and you still got people coming out, and there's a big memorial out there. I don't know. It wouldn't bother me personally, but I could see where it's coming from.
It was an accident.
As the landlord.
You guys know nothing.
No, he pled guilty.
You gotta understand.
That there's a murderer that lives there.
No,
That's what scares
no,
tendons.
You know what? It was an
that there's a
no, he didn't
murderer.
murder nobody.
Yes,
It was an accident.
So Scott says he didn't murder nobody. It was an accident. Jake Haro just rolled over on Manuel when they were sleeping, and that's what happened. When that happens, you call 911.
You guys know nothing.
No, he pled guilty.
He pled
guilty.
So that clip was 2 minutes long, y'all. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Now it goes to, this is part one. It goes to part two. Oh my God. Let me just say that. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That there's a murderer.
Nobody.
Yes,
It was an accident. You guys know nothing.
No, he pled guilty.
He pled guilty to an accident. Second degree.
Pled guilty to an accident, second degree. Does anybody in their right mind fucking believe that bullshit? Look what he did to Faith. I think their name was Faith.
Listen, look it up.
Okay, there's music to this, but part two, confronting Scott, Jake's stepdad, trying to say a fake sob story.
There's a murderer.
Nobody.
Yes,
It was an accident. You guys know nothing.
No, he pled guilty.
He pled guilty to an accident. Second degree. Listen, look it up.
What about promise? What about promise?
Sorry, I didn't mean to misname her. It was Promise. They changed her name to Promise. That was the last kid he beat the shit out of.
Is that an accident too?
His wife.
You were at the courthouse.
So everybody, all the whites,
believe everything he said.
I don't
Say a fake sob story.
There's a murderer.
Nobody.
Yes,
It was an accident. You guys know nothing.
No, he pled guilty.
He pled guilty to an accident. Second degree. Listen, look it up.
What about promise? What about promise? Was that an accident too?
His wife.
You were at the courthouse.
So everybody, all the
You
whites,
believe everything he said.
I don't have to. He's my son.
Everybody's screaming at the same damn time. One at a fucking time. Mab's gonna have to go over there and straighten that shit out.
What about promise? Was that an accident too?
His wife.
You were at the courthouse.
So everybody, all the
You
whites,
believe everything he said.
I don't have to. He's my son. I was in court.
Then you have to believe him. We don't.
I was in court too.
So you have an opinion. We have an
I'm
opinion.
not telling you an opinion. I'm telling
Okay.
you facts. Facts. If you want that thing, you guys gotta. I'll have him take it off, and that's it. Okay? That's a good thing. I'm okay with all that. But you have no idea what's going on inside the family because of this turmoil.
Inside the family, y'all ought to just disown that sumbitch.
On top of what he did, yes, he's been excommunicated from the family. He'll
Excommunicated from the family. Good move. He'll never come back, ever.
never, ever come back. Ever. And his wife. And his ex-wife.
Yes. You should have excommunicated him after the first time that he beat a baby within a centimeter of her damn life and is now a freaking invalid that has to be taken care of 24/7 and has no quality of life at all because Jake Haro beat the living shit out of a baby. What did a baby do? He would not have pled guilty if it was an accident. Exactly, Brittany. This pisses me off.
They did this, not me. I lost a grandson.
No, I'm not.
Nobody fucking ever thought anything about me.
Never think, let's make it about me. I lost a grandson. Nobody, what about me? and my wife. I can understand a little bit of that.
Me and my wife, and they all fucking made fun of us and followed us around, chasing us through our other properties.
We would never do anything like that.
People were doing it.
Well,
but we
I
wouldn't.
know, but we are just here for a baby that got murdered.
$30,000 putting a new fence around my property. They still come around.
$30,000 for a fence around maybe one of his other properties, and they still come around. They will. Just give it time. It'll stop. But the more reaction they get out of you, the more they're going to do it.
On top of this, I got to spend all this money on this now too. The new tenants won't move in.
But he did that to you.
Not
He
us.
did that to you.
Oh, I know that. He'll never ever recover from it, ever.
We're just here being a voice for a
I
baby.
don't know what you guys want.
We want his memory to stay alive.
His memory will stay alive with us, his grandparents, and his nieces and or aunts and uncles. There's a lot of us. I promise you, he's never going to be forgotten. But I just don't want people hanging out in front of my house. And if you were in my shoes, you'd say the same thing.
I wouldn't.
Honestly,
I wouldn't.
it's hard because there was a murder that lived in there.
Yeah, but there's murders everywhere.
Unfortunately,
There are.
but there's
murders
gotta be,
everywhere.
because if not, it continues to happen to children.
I don't think I can see where the guy's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how long has it been? The memorial should have stayed up for at least a year.
It continues to happen. If we can save one person, if by doing this law, we can save one person.
He admitted to rolling over and smothering the baby.
He didn't admit to that.
Yes, he did. Oh, hell yes, he did.
He admitted to.
He lied. Even after the circumstances, after he was covering it up. If it was innocent, you call the police.
You don't know people who
You
lie.
call the police. If it was an accident, you call the police.
I made him call the police.
Scott made him call the police, he says. Scott, the stepfather, his mother's husband, is saying that he made him call the police, finally.
He went and he lied.
No, Rebecca called the damn police. And act like I said, hola, and somebody hit her.
I just set it up and I was on camera around the pipe looking
After
for
that, I made him fucking sit there and fuck up right up
Jake,
here.
and I'd be a voice for the baby.
Me and my wife, I made him. You guys saw me on camera over here.
If it was an accident, you call the police.
I made him call
but
the police.
he went and he lied and tried to set it up and I was on camera around the pipe looking
After
for
that, I made him fucking sit there and fuck up right
for
up
Jake,
here.
and I'd be a voice for the baby.
Me,
Fucking let the guy talk and quit jabbering.
I made him. You guys saw me on camera over here walking up there. You saw me.
So much.
I made him fucking tell the truth. And she still won't tell the truth. But you know what? Fuck her. And her mother.
Won't tell the truth. I don't think the truth is they rolled over on the baby. If you roll over on the baby, you call 911 and you revive the baby. You don't act like it was abducted, right? That's crazy.
They made this thing even worse.
That sounds like the neighbor across the street almost, doesn't it? You made it stink worse. This whole thing stinks. I remember that from the Dolly Vision interview from the guy across the street that went psycho on the tira.
So, justice will be served. He'll be in jail for fucking 40 years.
I'm glad.
You don't go to jail for 40 years for a second-degree accidental rolling over on the baby. That's not a 40-year sentence. 40-year sentence is murder.
Yes, I'm glad
But
he
she
is.
will be out of jail in 2.
Yes. No, I hope she doesn't.
No, she will be out in 2.
Both of them will be in jail. Jake and Rebecca will be in jail.
Rebecca won't be in jail. She'll be out of jail in 2 years.
Okay, so 2 years plus time served, he's saying that Rebecca's going to be out. And if she is, that's not good. That's just another Jen Soto. Jen Soto should be in the damn jail.
Time served plus 2. You watch. They were talking time served plus 2. You watch.
Time served +2. Watch. Cable 89. Time served +2. You watch. Rebecca's Haro will be out in 2 years.
They weren't even talking about it.
I don't know if he's lying about Rebecca specifically. If they do offer her a plea deal, for those that are just coming in, this is Jake's stepfather, stepdad. I believe he's the one that owns the property. But I don't like his tone. I don't like the way he's talking to these ladies.
I think the mother probably owns the property, but he's now owner because he married her, right? Just like I'm part owner of the Soquel property that we own. That came from Mrs. Mapp's mother, who died like 5 years ago. And I worked my ass off on that place to get it ready to rent.
But let me know what you guys think in the comments, okay?
Do you want this thing or not?
Yes,
we want something.
Yeah.
You want this thing or not? He's offering to give them some of the memorial or what? Something?
Yes.
It's right there. Go get it.
I'm not gonna go inside the
Oh, you're
property.
not? I don't know what you want.
If he's
I'm not going to go inside the property. The guy said, go get it. He owns the property. So go get it.
able to haul it out here, I can, but I'm not.
Or do you want, or if you guys
This thing or not?
Yes, we
you want something.
Yes.
It's right there. Go get it.
I'm not gonna go inside the
Oh,
property.
you're not? I don't know what you want.
If he's able to haul it out here, I can, but I'm not.
Or do you want, or if you guys want to put some of the stuff here, we'll come and collect all of it.
The county took it. Except for what you see there. The county came and took all this last night and yesterday.
The county came, but somebody called them.
They came for here, not me.
They said they were called out.
Yes, they said the Haros called. That the people that live there called them, code enforcement, to come get it out.
Here too. Yeah.
County and code enforcement.
They were here.
And then I think I'm pretty sure it was you and a family member here was one day before or a couple of days before Thanksgiving.
Tearing it. I wish you guys would have said,
we have
guys,
pictures and
we're
videos.
tearing it out. Come get it.
Yeah, I took everything on my property off. I already called the police. They said I could do it.
Okay,
Everything was on my property.
Yes, yes.
And I gave everybody all the time I felt they needed, like a month, to pull their stuff off. It just got worse. And I can't even.
Got worse. That means people were putting more and more stuff on baby Haro, Manuel Haro, his memorial.
Couldn't even get into my property. Once these fence poles are up, I can't get in.
What?
Yeah, I took everything on my property off. I already called the police. They said I could do it.
Okay,
Everything was on my property.
Yes, yes.
And I gave everybody all the time I felt they needed, like a month, to pull their stuff off. It just got worse. And I couldn't even get into my property.
What? I don't believe that, because the memorial was set good 15 feet past the driveway.
Once these fence poles are up.
Fence poles.
I can't get in.
It's just people love the baby and are standing. Yes.
You guys are you guys.
Yes, we all do.
It's a big community.
It's a community that came together for a baby that was murdered.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But
we're just here being a voice for a baby.
I don't know what you guys want.
We want his memory to stay alive.
We do.
His memory will stay alive with us, his grandparents, and his nieces and her aunts and uncles. There's a lot of us. I promise you, he's never going to be forgotten. But I just don't want people hanging out in front of my house. And if you were in my shoes, you'd say the same thing.
I wouldn't.
Honestly,
I wouldn't.
it's hard because there was a murder that lived in there.
Yeah, but there's murders everywhere.
Unfortunately, but there's got to be, because if not, it continues to happen to children. It continues to happen. If we can say,
I don't think memorials are going to stop murderers, in my opinion. I just don't think that's true.
it's one person.
But a memorial is a memorial for the baby that is no longer with us. it's not really a preventative measure for future murders, you know? Is it? What do you guys think? Throw it down in the comments.
If by doing this law, we can save one person.
He admitted to rolling over and smothering the baby.
He didn't admit to that.
Yes, he did. Oh, hell yes, he did.
He admitted to.
He lied. Even after the circumstances, after he was covering it up. If it was innocent, you call the police.
You don't know people who
You
lie.
call the police. If it was an accident, you call the police.
I made him call
but
the police.
he went and he lied and
said
tried
about a
to set it up and was on camera around the people looking for
After that, I made him fucking sit there and
voice
right
for
up
Jake.
here.
Can I be a voice for the baby?
Me and my wife, I made him. You guys saw me on camera over here walking up there. You saw me.
So much.
I made him fucking tell the truth.
I made him tell the truth, Scott says. Scott Constantino, stepfather of Jake Haro.
And she still won't tell the truth. But you know what? Fuck her and her mother. They made this thing even worse. So justice will be served. He'll be in jail for fucking 40 years.
I'm glad. I'm glad
But
he
she
is.
will be out of jail in 2.
Yes. No, I hope she doesn't.
No, she will be out in 2.
Both of them will be in jail. Jake and Rebecca will be in jail.
Rebecca won't be in jail. She'll be out of jail in 2 years. Time served plus 2. You watch. They were talking time served plus 2. You watch. They were talking about it. So do you want this thing or not?
Yes,
we want something.
Yes.
It's right there. Go get it.
I'm not gonna go inside the
Oh,
property.
you're not? I don't know what you want.
If he's able to haul it out here, I can, but I'm not.
Or do you want, or if you guys want to put some of the stuff here, we'll come and collect all of it.
The county took it.
Take the shit.
Except for what you see there. The county came and took all this last night and yesterday. They came for here, not me.
They said they were called out.
Yes, they said the
were
Haros called. That the people that live there called them, code enforcement, to come get it out.
Here too.
This part 1, 2, and 3 is all the same damn thing, right? Guilty of crime. What are you doing? I stole your little, you made a mad life. I stole your little thing for the case where you drew up all the players. I stole it. I got it right here, see? I'll show you. There it is. Stolen from guilty of crime. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Jay. You stole my thumbnail? I didn't steal your thumbnail. I stole your what do you call it? Chart. I stole your chart. But I told him to go to your channel and hang out. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me go back to what I was doing. Remove. Stop. Share. So yeah, the Haro stepdad spilling some tea.
They were here.
And then I'm pretty sure it was you and a family member here.
They're saying they're taking down the Jake Haro Memorial because it's hard. His tenants are freaking out, right? My pie chart, yeah. Good to see you, Guilty. Good to see you, Jay. I wanted to do mine early so that I could watch yours, steal some more of your shit. The king of Turtle Island is going to get famous by stealing shit from guilty of crime. Because I don't know how to do YouTube. And I need to learn from somebody. So you got to steal somebody's shit, right?
was it one day before or a couple of days before Thanksgiving?
Tearing it. I wish you
tearing
guys
it
would have
out,
said, guys,
pictures and
we're
videos.
tearing it out. Come get it.
Yeah, I took everything on my property off. I already called the police. They said I could do it.
Okay,
Everything was on my property.
Yes,
And
I
I
agree.
gave everybody all the time I felt they needed, like a month, to pull their stuff off. It just got worse. And I couldn't even get into my property.
I doubt that. I doubt that. Like, hey, short legs. Good to see you, dear. Did you guys know that short legs saw a UFO one time? Ask her about that.
Once these fence poles are up, I can't get in.
Who's setting up fence poles on your property that you can't get in if you own the property? I don't get it.
It's just people love the baby and are standing. Yes.
You guys are you guys.
Yes, we all do.
It's a big community.
It's a community that came together for a baby that was murdered.
Okay, that's great.
We're going to go to part 4. I know that this man is, I just want to get to my property. I don't know how you can. Honestly, I would not be able to. We don't know if this baby died there, but I'm assuming that's where this baby died. I would not want to go back in there anymore, not even knowing or understanding what actually happened to this baby.
Well, that can be true for people that are emotionally handicapped. I mean, if he died there, he died there. But his spirit is in heaven and his body is somewhere else. So I'm not sure that makes the property bad.
Yeah, no.
Together for a baby that was murdered.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But we're over. It's done.
I know you guys are over
the
it.
body's not found, sir. So
You're not going to find
You're not going to find the baby. He knows something.
the body. You will never. I don't think you ever.
God can leave the right.
You're never going to find the body. What does he know?
That's great.
Yeah.
But we're over. It's done.
I know you guys are over
the
it.
body's not found, sir. So
You're not going to find the body.
You're not going to find the body. Oh, man.
You will never. I don't think you ever.
God can leave the right people
And God
to
knows
do it.
everything, don't you think?
Yes,
All right,
yes.
there you go.
He does.
So that's all there is to that.
Right. Together for a baby that was murdered.
Wait, did he just say that they're never going to find this baby's body? That's your grandson.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But we're over. It's done.
Bro, it's done. I know you guys are over.
I know you guys are over
the
it.
body's not found, sir. So
You're not going to find the body. You will never. I don't think you ever.
God
I know,
can
but
leave the
God-
right
And
people
God
to
knows
do it.
everything, don't you think?
Yes,
All right,
yes.
there you go.
He does.
So that's all there is to that.
And that was that. It literally ends in 27 seconds. It's very short. Some of it is a bit repeated. I think it's maybe because of the setup and whatnot. I'm going to do my best to try to transcripts
A little bit at the end, but you guys keep repeating yourself.
so you guys can read it because it's hard to understand him.
She did. In the 1980s, flying from Hawaii to California over the ocean, there was something flying that wasn't detectable by radar. You saw it? I want to interview you about that.
Again, this is Carla's 33 page. Check her out. I'm going to link her information in the description box so you guys can check her out. The community gathered together and left a lot of stuffed animals and all kinds of things. And it looks like Jake.
I think Dolly put the Cookie Monster out there. I remember that.
Stepdad is wanting all that.
I almost went down there. I bought the shit. I bought some equipment, and Mrs. Mab said, yeah, I could go down there, and then he got arrested, and it was over, so I didn't go.
Stuff removed. They've called the city and whatnot. And although he's in his right to want to remove the items,
Yeah.
the way in which he talks about this baby, the way in which he just expresses himself, it really leaves just this nasty feel. I don't know, man. I don't know. He will be remembered. He will. I'm like, yo, like we've disowned him. Okay, can somebody ask Jake where this baby's at? Or have they tried to ask him? Or do they even care enough to ask? I just wanted to show you guys that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, it's very disturbing with Rebeca Haro's hearing coming up here pretty soon.
So he's convinced that Rebeca Haro will be out in 2 years. I know, Scott Constantino, not very nice guy. Damn. Uh-oh. I'm closing guilty of crimes pie chart. Well, here we are. 2 hours and 14 minutes. 22 people in the room. That's like big for me. I usually have like 4 or 5. 21. Oh, they're leaving. Oh, I must suck. I don't care. I'd do this if 0 people were here. Well, I got to have 1 person at least. Otherwise, it feels like you're talking to yourself. But I do that too. So it's not going to be much different than my usual self. Let me go. Let's see. Take some wrinkles out of my ass here. All right. That's better. I just took about 5 years off of my life right there with a little bit of blur. I'm going to get this shit down and it's going to be cool. I'll be coming on here every day. I'm going to figure out a routine. I'll have to actually set an alarm. Because being retired, right? Going through the surgery that I went through, which is still totally screwed up. Like my teeth, my gums, and my jaw hurt. And my chin is numb and my lower lip is numb. Some days I can talk for 2 hours and 16 minutes. Some days I can't. That's why it's hard for me to do a regular show at a regular time every day, because some days I wake up and I'm so miserable that I can barely just exist. Okay. And I have to be working on something, totally focused on something to get by. And that's why I'm working on my truck. I restored my freaking chipper already. I just restored my trailer. That's done. Now I'm working on my truck. Once I get that done, I'm going to start like painting the house, and because I remodeled this place once already, and now I just got a new roof, so I need to put a new paint on the garage and the house, and I need to put a new building up where my truck is, so I'll have a new garage. I'm hoping like I can get it so I have a garage door in the front and a garage door in the back, because there's a road that I made that goes up my hill, and there's a 50 by 25 foot flat spot up there, and it has like $1 million view. And the dude down the street said that if I could find a nice like trailer or like mobile trailer home, that he would lift it up with his crane and put it up there. So that would be cool. I could rent that out for like $2,500 a month. And then I want to build another house over at my other property, move there and rent this out. And Mrs. Mab can go to like working 2 days a week instead of 4. Then we can start doing retirement shit. And that would be cool. All right, you guys. This is how I used to dress all the time for work. I'd have my nice shirts. I got a whole closet full of nice shirts. I got jackets. I got suits. I got ties. I got all that shit. I was a corporate dude, right? On the phone all day, computer all day, doing technical drawings, selling patents, buying and selling intellectual property. Me and my friend were like the first patent brokers that were around in Silicon Valley. What year was that? Right when Intellectual Ventures started. Look up that company, Intellectual Ventures. Right when they opened, me and my buddy were the first I sold them their first patent. Thanks, Guilty of Crime. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I was always dressed nice. Tiger the Tony. He's going to get a hat shortly that I sent him. I wonder what fox he's going to send me, Jay. She said for me to send her an email, and I did. And she's like, something about, what are your favorite colors? Silicon Valley. You work at Apple? My friend does all of Apple's. A friend of mine up the street does all of Apple's electrical work on their entire facility in Cupertino and wherever else they are. Cupertino Electric. He works for them. He lives right up the street. In fact, I just went and rescued him the day before yesterday. He called and said, my tractor's broken. And they're working on it over there for the last 2 days, and they can't get it fixed. So I went over there, and I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm running through the whole job in my mind. I'm like, okay, they got a broken idler wheel on their tractor. So basically, you got to kind of take the track part way off. Then you got to pull the track away so you can get to the roller. And so I took my car, threw my little pintle hitch in it, went up there, got some chains, pulled the track, got the first bolt off. They couldn't get the second bolt off. The impacts weren't working. So I went to Harbor Freight and bought like a 4-foot long breaker bar. And then I came back, bam, got that thing off, changed the thing, and came home. $100. A couple hours work. Anyway, you guys, I used to live, my brother worked at Apple. I used to live on Greenleaf and Stelling, right on the corner of Greenleaf and Stelling, down by Deanza, that bar, Deanza Lounge. I went to Deanza College. And Greenleaf and Stelling, the old house is not there, but we had both lots. And I used to work on cars in the second lot. I painted my first car there when I was 16 years old. Anyway, I got lots of stories I could tell you. But I'm out of here, you guys. I'm ending the stream. It's 2:49. I might try to do some work on the truck, and then I'll go over to Guilty of Crime at 4 o'clock. Hear what she's got to say on whatever case she's working on. All right, you guys. I am out of here. Tracy, you just came right when I'm leaving. No. All right, you guys. Peace. I'm out.